Hello, and welcome back to Never Seen It. It's a podcast where we watch movies where maybe one, maybe both of us hasn't seen something, and then we're going to talk about it. I'm Betsy, I'm one of your hosts, and with me as always is Trent. Hi, Trent.
Hi.
How are you doing?
It's a podcast.
It is a podcast. That's a thing we're doing together. Today, we're going to watch yet another film from 2002, apparently a big cinematic blind spot for both of us. The movie today is Secretary.
Yeah.
So I have seen this one. Trent, you have not seen this one.
No.
So we talked about including this a few weeks ago when we were doing our smutty stuff.
This is a holdover.
Reason being, the longer I thought about it, the less I think this fits into the category, despite its surface appearance. And I think when you get into it, you'll understand why I made that decision.
Yeah, because I trusted you on this because I had really no information about it other than what we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. But I trust your judgment that this movie did not fit into what we ended up covering.
Right.
Now, that all being said, 3 of the 4 movies we covered were very much in the vein
Absolutely.
of just absolute smutty trash, and one of them ended up being incredible.
Right.
Now, for a different reason, of course.
Yes.
Now, this one, I know very little about other than, the main concept. So, Secretary.
Yes.
It is starring Maggie Gyllenhaal
Correct.
and James Spader.
Also correct.
He's some fucking businessman, lawyer man, something like that.
Okay.
He hires her to be his secretary.
Hence the title.
Yes. And I know that there's some, let's say, masochistic pleasure coming out of this, if I want to put a big word on it.
There's some BDSM. That is correct.
Yeah, so that's what I know about this.
Okay.
Now, why I never saw it, it's I never even heard about it until you brought it up, years ago.
So this is a movie that came out when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And when I was in college, back in the days where one would still rent movies from the video rental place, you left your home and got it.
Like an animal.
They had a deal where if you were a new member at this building, you would get 50% off all your rentals for the first month. So my friends and I had a very strategic plan where we would each sign up month after month, and we would just wipe that place out of movies. And we would get anything and everything that looked remotely interesting. And I had heard of this movie, but I hadn't watched it, so my friend and I got it and watched it together. And then I subsequently bought it because I like this movie.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, because it's BDSM, it's weird. Okay? Let's just be upfront about that.
All right.
So I have no idea what you're gonna think about this movie. If you're gonna love it, if you're gonna think it's too weird, if you're gonna hate it, I don't know. I don't think a ton of people have watched this movie.
I doubt it, because again, I never even heard of this damn movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about the 2 people in it. Mm-hmm. Now, James Spader, as an actor, I know very little about. I have seen precious few movies with him in it, at least as a starring
Earlier
actor.
things, anyway.
Especially earlier stuff.
Yeah.
Now, the things I was able to come up with. Number 1, I barely count this. He was Ultron in Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yes.
But again, he wasn't actually in it physically. He was just the voiceover.
Right.
Fine. He was in Lincoln.
Yeah.
The Spielberg movie, Lincoln.
Yes.
So he was really good in that. But again, that movie is filled to the brim with famous actors that have their own little scene, and that's about it.
Right. Well, James Spader is one of those guys where he had a career in the 80s.
Sure.
And then sort of was tapering off in the 90s. This movie is the tipping point where this is kind of right before he did Boston Legal.
I was just going to say, wasn't Boston Legal him and Shatner?
Yeah, that was his big TV comeback, and then he won 4 fucking Emmys, and then he went on to do The Blacklist and has won a bunch more Emmys, I think.
And I understand The Blacklist is really, really good.
Boston Legal is really good.
And I think I remember watching some of Boston Legal at the time, I was young. I didn't really like those kinds of things. But on occasion, I'll sit down with my parents and just watch whatever they're watching.
But yeah, so I think this is in that little spot right between where his career was basically at the tipping point of he's going to fade into oblivion or he's going to be in a resurgence. And he went the latter. He resurged big time.
Right. And in the 90s and early 2000s, TV wasn't this premier thing.
No.
If you
he got ahead of the curve.
Yeah, if you were a TV star, you were trying to get out and try to break out into movies. You wanted to be a movie star.
Yeah.
Now it's just kind of the opposite, where the premier thing is getting onto these streaming services, getting onto an HBO thing. For a while, AMC was the thing. You had Mad Men, you got Walking Dead that is finally ending.
Yes.
Yeah, so many different outlets these days want big stars to do their TV stuff. And it's all pretty much good stuff.
Yeah. And this movie, to bring it back to this movie, same thing with Maggie Gyllenhaal. She was on the rise.
Right, exactly.
So this is early Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
This is an indie movie. There's maybe one other actor in this movie that I can remember that you will recognize from something else.
Okay.
And beyond that, it is a quintessential indie film.
Sure.
When
sure
you
it's
think of
pretty
early 2000s.
Small budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like Maggie Gyllenhaal, I know... So I've always had a bit of a crush on Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Me too, Trent. She's delightful.
She really is. And
she's like just wholesome enough, but also like she's got that twinkle in her eye.
Kind of naughtiness
to
her.
Naughty.
Right. And I think that's maybe why she fits in this movie. And I assume anyway, since you like it. So... it was Stranger Than Fiction.
Yep.
What was that, like 2005?
That was just a little after this movie.
Yeah. That was kind of my first introduction to her.
She was in Batman. She was in The Dark Knight.
Right.
Yeah.
She replaced Katie Holmes.
She's so much better than Katie
She
Holmes.
really is. Sorry, Katie Holmes. No offense, but for that role.
There's a place for Katie Holmes, but for that role, Maggie Gyllenhaal all the way.
Totally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it just because you really like this movie, and I've got an open mind. So hey, I'm in for whatever.
All right, well, let's go watch it. We're gonna check out Secretary, and we will be right back. And we are back. Trent, you did it. You watched Secretary. How you feeling?
So you said it was weird.
I did say that.
Accurate.
I didn't lie to you.
Yeah.
Good weird or bad weird or just weird weird?
It's just kind of weird.
Okay.
It's like they didn't want to go all the way.
Okay.
Into it. And I think I would probably have the same reaction if I hadn't seen 50 Shades of Grey already. Mainly because I have a friend who's been in this world.
Yes.
Yeah. And she has explained it to me on multiple occasions, and I'm very curious. I'm a curious fellow. I have a lot of questions.
You have a lot of questions.
Not that I'm being judgy or...
You're just trying to understand how things work.
I just want to know what.
Yep.
So again, we are not of this world, Betsy and I. We are, as they say, very vanilla.
Yes. But do you understand now why I did not include this in what we were watching?
Yeah, because neither of us had seen Basic Instinct. So we didn't know what that was going to be.
Right.
I would not have included that if I knew it was going to be like that.
Okay.
So just based on the category that we were striving for there. But yes, I agree with you. That would not have been included.
Secretary,
yes.
Yes.
So, man. So it was weird and not just because of the sexy stuff.
Right. There's not that much sexy stuff, to be honest.
There's like no sex whatsoever. Hardly.
No.
Hardly.
No. At the very end of the movie,
The very end of the movie, they're fucking up against a tree in the woods. That's it. So, and this is after they're married, of course.
Right.
That was their honeymoon.
That was their honeymoon.
Yeah.
They went to the forest and fucked on a tree.
They took a short honeymoon because they had to get back to work.
He had to get back to work. She doesn't have to do anything.
I suppose. But it's weird.
Yeah, and I think your complaint, you wish they'd gone farther. I think that's because that's who these characters are, where he is so controlled and so restrained that he's never gonna let it go that far. And that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you got like part 2 to this movie, it would be a lot kinkier.
Sure.
But that's not the point of the movie.
No, then you would get the continuing adventures of these two.
Right.
And we don't need that.
The point of this movie is he's a big weird weirdo. She's a big weird weirdo. They're perfect for each other, and they fall in love.
In their own ways.
In their big weird weirdo way.
So here's what I wish they had more of. I wanted them to explain and explore more from him.
Right.
That's my thing.
Why is he like this?
Yeah, because they get into none of his background.
No.
They
give you hints. You have a picture of who this person is. He is a very controlled, uptight, neat freak. Everything in that office is meticulous. He's so organized. Everything in the kitchen is evenly spaced. The fucking sugar cubes were stacked. If you didn't notice this little detail, they're like arranged in a particular fashion, very symmetrical.
Even the cheese for the mouse traps
perfectly cubed
are
cheeses.
cubed.
He doesn't kill the mice. He just traps the mice and lets them go.
Which, by the way, so do we.
Yeah.
We get mice in the house. We also have 2 cats.
If the cats don't get them.
If the cats don't get them, we trap them. And yes, it does happen when you own a house.
But he's just, like, there's so much about him. He always wears the suit. You see him in one scene where he's not wearing a suit, basically.
When he's working out.
Yeah. And even then, he's fully covered.
Sure.
The thing with the plants, he has irises.
Yeah.
And he's like a fucking psychotic mad scientist with a syringe,
he's
individually
he's
watering
giving just enough water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a weird little man.
Yeah. And I think you get enough of that, but I wish I understood the why. I understand the why for her.
He doesn't know why.
Yeah.
He literally says, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm like this.
And I think there's some shame there.
Absolutely. He is absolutely shamed.
Yeah.
He is ashamed of what he is and how he is.
Right.
And when he tries to explore it, it makes him feel dirty and wrong.
Right.
But the difference is, when he's explored it with other people, it goes horribly wrong. And with her, she's super into it. She's like, literally says, he says, we can't do this 24/7. And she says, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
And he had never thought of it that way.
Well, and I'm sure those conversations were happening with the other secretaries he had on staff.
I don't know about that. I get the
I don't know if it got that far.
I don't think he ever tried any of that with them. I think he's a loud, brash man who bosses them all around, and they all crack and break down.
Except for the one woman.
Oh, but that's not a secretary. That's like an ex of some kind.
Okay.
And I think that is the exact opposite. Says he wants to be the dominant one, and she's the dominant one.
Sure.
And when they put the two of them together, he hides in a closet.
Yeah.
That's the key difference there. Meanwhile, when she showed up in the office, you had to ask what she said. Right to Maggie Gyllenhaal's face, she just looks at her and goes, submissive.
Right.
Like, judgment.
As if it was a derisive comment.
Oh, absolutely.
But of course, she didn't know what the hell
meant
she was
it that
talking
way.
about.
No.
Yeah, Lee didn't know what she was talking about. It's her first day on the job.
So yeah, you've got this girl who is, you said childlike.
Yeah.
She's innocent. She is sheltered. She is weird and frumpy and very
Kinda
introverted, mousy.
Yeah.
She is being let out of a hospital.
Right.
Where she had been institutionalized because she cuts herself, and one day she did it too deep.
Yeah.
And they thought she was trying to kill herself.
Right.
But she wasn't. She's just trying to get a release. So, of course, her whole thing is not that she is trying to hurt herself to feel pain. She's just trying to hurt herself to feel alive, to remind herself she's actually there and present.
Right.
And it's always triggered by something bad.
Yeah.
And usually it's either her dad drinking, her parents fighting because her dad is drinking, or something else.
It's mainly her family life.
Yeah.
Her parents are
They have problems.
She comes from an unhappy home.
Right.
Let's say. And I would peg her at maybe 20, 21.
Yeah, she's young.
Yeah.
She's never had a job before.
Probably never had a boyfriend.
Never had a boyfriend.
Who knows how long she was institutionalized.
Right.
Probably never went to college.
Nope.
Of any kind. She has no discernible skills except for the fact that she can type really well.
She took typing classes.
Yeah.
And she got really high marks. She won an award.
Hey, as someone who used to be able to type really, really fast,
yes,
I was proud of that.
Yeah, it is a thrilling skill for some stupid reason. I don't know.
It really is. But you know what? It's a score. I was never in any kind of sport, so I never got a score on anything except grades.
But of course, in this movie, she does it on a typewriter. It's always a typewriter. He even makes a point. He says, we don't use computers.
Yeah.
You'll have to type on a typewriter. Is that okay? That's fine.
Yep.
That's fine.
That's how she learned.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she doesn't know what to do with herself. She is freshly out of this institution that she likes the routine. She said, I liked the routine. Yep. I got up, I did this, I went to bed.
Yep.
And that was her day. She likes the structure. And after she's out, she's kind of even confused how she went in because she's been hurting herself since she was in middle school.
Right.
She says, I've been doing it since the 7th grade. I don't know how that happened, that I did it too deep.
Right, and she's young enough where she can't really recognize the triggers for it until she's older.
Right. So, yeah, she's fresh out of the institution, and she's had these typing classes. It's the only thing she's good at, so she decides to get a job. Did you like her little pep talks to herself?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's like holding a mirror up, and she's just like, hello, while I've never had a job, I think the garbage place would be the perfect place to start my career.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's in those little moments you kind of get glimmers of,
well, her personality.
there's somebody in there.
Yeah.
It's just how do we get her out?
Right.
But of course, the movie starts before any of that.
Right. I wrote, the first thing I wrote down was, oh, we're just getting right into it, aren't we?
Yeah. So the first thing you see is she walks out in a silk blouse and
in
a
an
tight
office.
skirt
In an office
with a bar across her shoulders, and she's handcuffed to it, and there's a choker around her neck.
Yeah. So I pointed this out. What that looked like, it wasn't any kind of like, like professionally made or bought or anything.
It looked kind of like a sexy apparatus to me.
No, what it looked like was the thing you put in a car or a vehicle of some kind. It's a bar that goes across where you hang up your clothing to make a bar go across the entire back seat of your car.
Same principle.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Clothes in your car.
This was a cheap movie to make, Betsy. Those are like $10, $20.
Sure. But yeah, she's just kind of strutting around and she is like strutting. She's like slinking. Little hip action.
But here's the deal. They can do that because it's just him and her most of the time. Unless they have a client or the part-time paralegal comes by.
It's a private little office.
It's just them.
Yep. And so she's slinking around and she gets like a letter with one hand and she takes something out of the typewriter with her mouth and then makes a cup of coffee And that's how we establish our character.
Right. And I guess that happens... I think that they address it.
Yeah, they said this is 6 months
6
earlier.
months earlier. So she had been on the job for 6 months at that point where she was doing those things. But...
they jumped back then to show you how she got here.
At that point, then we jump backwards to this. She just got out of the institution. She goes home to a very unhappy family, and her sister's getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
On the day that her sister's getting married,
she got out the day her sister got married, which again is going to drag up family drama because everybody is there.
Separate topic. Have you ever seen Rachel getting married?
No.
It's similar. It's very similar.
Yes, I believe she's like either an alcoholic or she's addicted to drugs.
She's
but
a
same thing. She gets out of rehab to go to a wedding.
Yeah, she gets out to go to her sister's wedding. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And the whole controversy is she going to freak out and do something weird?
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's keeping an eye on her. They don't seem that concerned about Lee, though, in this movie.
Well, they do to a point because they lock up all the knives.
Later, but the day of the wedding, she's just sort of hanging out in the background.
Well, there's a lot more important things happening, Betsy. There's a wedding happening.
When do you think this is supposed to take place? I was watching this and thinking, there's a lot of stuff that's old in this movie.
I have an answer for you.
Yeah.
On one of the pages that she writes up, she put the date, 1999.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would have gone slightly older, but I guess it's fairly contemporary for when this movie came out. It's just they're leaning a little bit into the older style because secretaries are kind of a thing of the past.
Well, and you go back a little bit further
this
from
kind
2002,
of secretary anyway.
And it would be more acceptable to not have a computer.
Yeah.
Just a few years later, you're not going to get away with that.
No.
Nobody's going to know how to type on a typewriter anymore.
Shut up. I can type on a typewriter. Give me one. I want to make loud clunk, clunk, clunks.
See, I never had or used a typewriter like those with the ball. I never used one of those.
No.
I used one where all of the individual letters went up. They're on little arms, and they just clack on the paper.
Clackety clack.
My folks had one like those, and that's what I typed on to a point when I was at home. Like, I didn't have a computer until I was in high school.
Neither did I.
You know, I didn't really have...
I had a typewriter, though.
Yeah, I had one of those. I didn't really use it for its intended purpose. I just kind of practiced on it.
No! We'd drag it out, and our mom would hate it, and we'd mess around with her electronic keyboard.
And then, the ink ribbon would get everywhere, and it was just kind of a messy mess.
And if you push down on all the keys, it would get tangled up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then you had to stick your fingers down in, and they get all inky. And,
right. The one they were showing here... what is that called? I think it's called a globe, maybe?
Yeah.
There's like an orb. There's a word for that.
I don't know what the name of it is, but I remember seeing them. I've never used one.
So she's basically now at home. She finds an ad in the garbage can for help wanted, and she kind of starts looking around.
This is after she was going to throw away her cutting material.
She was thinking about it. She's already kind of been hurting herself again.
Yeah, she did it. Like once after she came back from the wedding, after she had some incidents with her father, came back up, found that it was still under her bed. They didn't find it.
No, they weren't even looking for it.
Well, no. Which again, we didn't really know how long she was institutionalized.
Long enough.
Yeah.
She'd been gone a while.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she goes out to throw away her stuff, but she thinks twice about it.
Yep.
Finds the ad. So looking for a secretary. Must know typing or something like that.
Right, and that's it. It's like a very brief ad.
Right.
And when we get there, he literally has such a problem with this. He has a secretary wanted sign with lights on it.
He had to make a physical sign made of wood with lights around it.
Yes, this is a man who goes through many, many secretaries.
It seems that way.
So think about this. She saw the ad in the paper.
Yeah.
And when she goes in, the secretary is leaving. I have a suspicion he had already replaced the secretary that had first responded to this ad, and he's already on to number 2. Because think of the time it takes to get an ad in the paper, to get someone to come in, to hire them and get started, and then fire them.
or he had already decided to fire the secretary that he had.
Oh, maybe.
And was planning on doing it, just waited until he got an interview.
I think both are plausible. I also don't think she had an interview. I think she just sort of showed up and asked about the job.
Okay.
The sign said secretary.
That's right.
Yeah.
Are you the lawyer?
Are you the lawyer? Also, did you make this connection?
Okay.
His name is Mr. Grey.
I did.
Okay, so brief segue. They are definitely trying to cash in on 50 Shades of Grey and tying it to this movie. He's the original Mr. Grey. Okay. If you go on Amazon, the picture for this is a bare back with a gray necktie behind it. It's literally ripping off the imagery from 50 Shades to get more people to click on it.
Oh, bullshit.
But
what they should do is, instead of a gray tie, have the tie with the golfer on it.
Oh, well, that wouldn't make it. They would think it was a funny comedy then. This is a comedy, if you can believe it, to some extent.
Oh,
It's not, you know...
It's not laugh out loud funny. It's not trying to be funny.
It's satire. It's dark satire.
Yeah.
But it's, it's a comedy. It's a romance. It's a dramedy. I don't know what you call this. It's weird. But yeah, Mr. Grey, he'll see you now.
I totally got the connection that, I don't know if the writer of 50 Shades got the name from this or not.
I doubt it immensely. I think it's just a coincidence. But if it's not a coincidence and she ripped this off, this did it better. My opinion. Because it's the same thing. Mousy girl, weird guy.
Yeah.
But the difference is these two actually have chemistry and fall in love.
I suppose. Again, we haven't seen 2 and 3 yet.
I am way more invested in these two as a couple than in 50 Shades of Grey. Because they're so weird. These two are absolutely bizarre humans.
Yeah.
And that's why I love it.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to talk about 50 Shades anymore.
No, but she walks into this office. There's a secretary leaving. She's crying. She's got all her shit in a box. There's a bunch of furniture that's clearly been thrown about the place. And I don't know if that's because he did it or because she did it.
I have a feeling she did it.
Right.
Because
it's the waiting area.
Which this, to me, puts credence to my theory that he was planning on doing this, she was pissed off, or maybe he did something to... Or that she had worked there for a while and knows how much of a neat freak that he is. Mm-hmm. So she decided to just fuck up the joint.
Right.
To piss him off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He is an absolute neat freak, so that would track.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything untoward ever happened with any of his other secretaries until her.
Yeah.
But yeah, she goes in and has the strangest interview, which is so illegal. All of the questions he asks.
You can't say any of those things.
You can't walk into an interview and go, "Are you pregnant? Are you planning on getting pregnant? Are you married? Are you gonna get married?"
Right.
And she's so shy and confused and is just like, what the fuck?
She just like
giggles
looks around
awkwardly.
and giggles. Yeah.
Yeah, she's so weird. She's like, no.
That's pretty good.
That's how she laughs.
Yeah.
It's that shaky kind of, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, he's just in there with darts on his desk,
right.
And he's punching the buttons on the phone with a dart from a dartboard. It's weird little actions, and he's got a drawer full of red pens, and he just keeps sliding things off of his desk into the drawer. Right.
He does that a lot. He slides things off his desk. He doesn't pick things up and put them down.
No, it's his power move to just sort of swipe and drop. But then he just sort of decides, he gets on the phone and then he tells her to get him a cup of coffee.
Right. You're starting now.
Yep.
Here you go. Here's
Test
your task.
number 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, if this was a different kind of a movie, I would expect that, this is a test. I want to see if you know how to make coffee.
Right. But she accomplishes it and she gets the job. and they just kind of go about their business.
Right.
But the first time that I think you get the inkling is when he says, I accidentally threw out my notes for this case. Can you, and she finishes his sentence, dig around in the garbage for you? Like, it's such a weird thing, but she's just like, I could do that. I'm going to dig in the garbage. And crawls in a dumpster, and he just eagerly watches her rifling around in his trash.
Right, and it's like he's getting something out of this. Like, I ordered her to do that, and she did it.
Yeah.
Which
With glee.
I have to suspect here, he's never actually had someone follow through on his desires.
Stupid things he asks. No normal person, like just run-of-the-mill, everyday person, would say, yeah, I'll rifle through your trash for you. They'd say no.
Right.
I'll figure out another way.
But I think that's where both of them are discovering themselves here.
Yes.
He is discovering, oh, the thing I just did, I ordered her to do this thing, and now I like it.
Uh-huh.
And now she's doing the same thing. I'm taking a bullshit order from him, and I'm doing it. Why? Because I like to please him.
Yeah.
Yeah. The entire movie, it's like that. Those two are just discovering that they like this.
They push the boundary just a little farther every time.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. It starts with just, go make me a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Set the traps.
Both of them are surprised by it, too.
Yes.
Every
absolutely.
time. Every time.
Yeah.
I can't expect... Okay. We're jumping ahead here. But the first time, I think he was just doing an experiment to see, number one, if she would do it. Mm-hmm. And number two, to see if he would go through with it.
Yep.
And number three, if he continued to like it after he was done.
All of the above.
The first spanking.
Yes. Well, the only spanking.
Sure, but I mean the first time they actually that he actually
anything
followed
that
through,
crossed a line.
Yeah, the first thing that he did to follow through on his desires.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just like screaming at her, and then screaming at her stops being enough. But of course, at some point, he screams at her, and first her response is she has a bad time, and she starts cutting herself, and he catches her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So of course, what does he do? He lets him go for a minute, but then he creates this situation where he finally decides, okay, I'm going to just address it. And he's a different person completely.
Yeah, they go into the library.
Yeah, they go into the library, and he says, the phone is ringing. What? The phone... Ring!
Ring! Ring! Ring!
And yeah, he just basically coaches her up and gets her to light up a little bit. Like, to use her big girl voice on the phone.
Okay, stop for a second here. When he was doing this, first of all, I don't really... we've said it before. I haven't really seen James Spader in a lot of things, but I got total Nick Cage energy from him right there.
Oh, he has a little bit of that. That kind
just
of...
this manic... Just,
a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and does he not have that goofball kind of weirdness in even Lincoln? Like,
sure.
When he's just like, well, what does he say? Well, I'm fucked or something.
Well, I'll be fucked.
I'll be fucked. Yeah, he's just kind of a weird little eccentric. That's
he's
kind of his thing.
Yeah. He just kind of let that part of him out.
Yes.
In that room that you'd never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In this scene in particular, yes, he's a little bit weird, and that's part of the scene, but that is also a little bit of James Spader. He does go there sometimes.
I guess. I guess I need to go and watch more James Spader.
Accurate. I like him. He's a very weird little man in this movie, but he does bring that sort of energy to other things too.
Yeah.
Like you said, anytime he got like loud and was yelling, absolutely. He's really like in Boston Legal, he's a weirdo in that too.
Yeah, so...
But he's a proud weirdo.
The one time I said to you, like, when he's dismissing her, he's firing her for that last time, he barks at her, get out.
Yeah.
And, like, that is the voice I know from James Spader. Mm-hmm. That one small line, get out, that's what I knew him from.
That's the energy
That's the energy I know.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know from what, but that's what I know.
Something somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, he turns in this scene very different, and he's trying to get her to open up.
Yeah.
So he's like, do you want some hot cocoa?
He just happens to have it behind them.
Did you have a date recently? Which we skipped the date at the
Right.
laundromat restaurant.
Oh, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that.
But yeah, the whole thing is more about these two and not so much about her weird little boyfriend that she has outside of this, because she's not even interested in that guy.
No.
But, you know, he catches her cutting herself, so he says, here's what's going to happen. You will never, ever do that again.
Well, and before he even says that, he says, do you think that you're
Why
doing...
do you do this?
Do you think that you're doing this because of this and this and this and that? Mm-hmm. And she thinks about it for a second. And she realizes, oh my God.
Yeah.
I've never thought about it that way.
That's exactly it.
This person understands me.
I get it.
I've never talked about it with anybody else except the doctors.
Yep.
This is just a dude. Mm-hmm. He's a lawyer. And right there, I think she's just discovering this man is special.
Yep.
I don't know why, but I need to stick around
Well, she
here.
does know why. He understands her. Short
Right.
version.
Sure, yeah.
Meanwhile, her boyfriend is some weirdo from high school who had a nervous breakdown and, you know, proposes to her in the basement of the J.C. Penney. You know?
I didn't know JCPenney's had basements.
The normal thing one does.
All right, so the dude, if for listeners from the Midwest who are a fan of such a movie, I only know this guy from one other thing.
I know him from two other things,
Yeah.
neither of which you have seen.
Well, other than the one that we know of together.
So, you know him from Twister.
I know him from Twister.
He was also on Lost.
He was the camera guy.
Yep.
Who was like the kind of the nervous guy who almost killed him, who got killed for not going in shelter.
Yep.
Anyway.
He was on Lost. He was also in Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
Stuff
Which
you
I haven't seen.
Stuff you haven't watched. But yeah, so he's this little skinny, scrawny dude who's also kind of weird and mousy.
Well, and he even explains I had a nervous breakdown at one point.
So he also has gone through some shit.
And it seems like his parents are the ones that are like super duper pressuring him to just do exactly what they want.
Oh my God, his parents are so weird. Did you see what his dad was doing?
Yeah.
So they
Squeezing
said,
grapes.
you should have some wine.
It's
We make it
homemade.
ourselves. And his dad is sitting on the couch, hand squeezing grapes to make their homemade wine.
Fucking gross.
And they're holding a framed photo of his sibling who's also
Yeah.
getting married. Because that's what you do. You get married. Everyone around them is getting married.
Right, you get married, maybe it'll be a double wedding. Ha ha ha.
Oh, they've literally never met this girl.
Yeah.
This is their first time meeting his girlfriend.
And like, did you see how he was sitting? Like, sideways.
Angled and twisted and
Sideways, looking directly at her.
not at his face.
As he's like, oh, don't stop, don't pressure her. No,
You know what he said? He says you're his soulmate. Oh my God, you guys went on like one date together.
You went on a date to the laundromat / restaurant / wine bar / gaming parlor.
Slash, what is this place?
What is this building?
Yeah, and why are you having a date here?
Yeah.
What the hell?
What were they even eating?
Yeah.
Like, you had like wine in
It was like a plastic margarita cup.
margarita glass. What the fuck?
Nothing screams romance like
Right.
pizza at the laundromat.
You know, I understand you're like 20 and don't have any money, but jeez, and you work at JCPenney's in the late 90s?
Oh, man. Yeah, so just to give you a juxtaposition of her external life and her work life.
Which, you know what? I can totally relate to this because, you know, we both live in small towns, have lived in small towns, and in your little bubble, you're kind of expected to just date who you know. You don't go outside of your little bubble to go and try to find new people. Or for us, it was very hard. Like, we didn't like bars. We didn't do, you know, the quote-unquote normal things that people do to meet one another.
We also didn't live in our bubble anymore.
Right. Right. Like, we had both escaped where we were coming from, and we met on a dating service. What?
Yep. Sorry, we didn't go to high school together and have nervous breakdowns.
No.
And we also didn't meet sexy times as a secretary and a lawyer.
No.
No,
we did not do that. It's called it's called the apps. Try them, guys.
Yeah.
They work.
So yeah, juxtaposition there. But he basically, Mr. Gray, says you will never, ever hurt yourself again. And he looks her dead in the face, and they have, like, the most... He barely blinks in this movie. Did you notice that?
I had.
He has, like, really just intensely staring at her, creeping out from behind corners and shit, looking at her.
Fucking hilarious.
All the time.
How he did that.
Where he's just sort of leaning a little bit.
Just ever so slightly. Just ever so
Wide-eyed
slightly.
and crazy.
Yeah. So
He's infatuated with her.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
And it's a little creepy, but at the same time, it's endearing.
Well, like when he first interviews her and he's like, you're so close.
There's a wall.
There's a wall. And he's just like intensely curling into a little ball, but he wants to like reach out and touch it.
The thing I wrote down about him, the fourth line, I said, he is either the most uptight person or he is constantly constipated. just how he is just going about his life.
Well, and then when he gets frustrated, he works out.
Yeah.
He's like push-ups, sit-ups, crunches.
In his office, at home, that's all he does.
That's all he does. He's got to work out that energy.
In some way.
By exercising.
Yeah.
Because he won't do the thing he wants to do, which is get freaky. He just wants to get freaky.
Right. But, and it's not even sex. Again, we talked about that. There's hardly any sex in this entire movie.
He just, he wants to get freaky.
Yeah.
Without
in his
the sex.
way. In his way.
He says to her many times.
I'm not going to fuck you.
I'm not doing that. Nope.
All right, so back to the timeline here. Early on, before they get into the freaky stuff, like her going to work every day, she gets a ride from her mom.
Yes.
And her mom picks her up.
Yes.
And we don't find out until about the middle of the movie that we also find out her mom just waits there.
She just parks the car and sits there.
All day.
Correct.
All day.
Doing nothing.
Nothing.
One time she's literally just sitting in the car. Yeah. She has no book, no activity, no nothing.
What is going on there?
Now, this woman is Leslie Ann Warren, who you wouldn't know from anything else. No. But again, this is kind of one of those, she actually has had a pretty decent career. The biggest thing she's been in, she's in Clue, and she's Miss Scarlet, I believe. And then she is in Victor Victoria, for which she was nominated for an Academy Award. And she is so over the top and ridiculous. Her big break, though, she was in the 1960s broadcast of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. She played Cinderella.
Oh, we did.
She was like 17, 18 years old. And this is, 30-some years later.
Yeah.
And she's just a weird little mom who sits in the car all day, kind of dead inside.
I would suspect
everyone in this movie is kind of dead inside.
Yes. Yeah, in some way. It's really sad.
Yeah.
And the thing that is the most redeeming is that these two people find each other. Mm-hmm. In a world where in her world, in Lee's world,
there's not a lot of happiness.
There's not a lot of happiness at all.
For anyone.
No. And the people who might be happy are like her sister, who just got married and got out of that family. Yep.
But she didn't even get out. They're going to live in the house in the backyard, remember?
Oh God. Yeah. Fuck.
They're not really leaving. They're living in the pool house.
You're right. Wow. But yeah, like she's like her dad is this abusive drunk.
Yeah.
And I can see.
And he tries to clean up and then he falls back off the wagon. Then he cleans up and then he falls off the wagon. And, and the parents fight all the time.
And is in total denial. He fucking beats his wife.
A little bit.
I mean, he gets drunk and shoves her. That's enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's why she just doesn't ever want to go home.
No.
Unless she absolutely has to.
Mm-hmm. Well, and even then,
to take her daughter
half
home.
the time, her dad is like drunk and wandering around. Like he calls her
Right.
from a phone booth somewhere.
Somewhere downtown.
He's not even sure.
Yeah.
And then he checks himself into a facility.
Uh-huh.
So this is kind of in a back and forth thing where he
Yeah.
just is in and out and in and out.
Yeah.
And even like at the beginning, at the wedding, he's got a drink in his hand and he's clearly had a few. And she
Yep.
says, I thought you quit. And he's like, it's a wedding.
Right.
It's fine. And then he has to sit down because he's so drunk he can't stand up anymore.
Uh-huh.
And then what does she do? She immediately goes and starts cutting herself.
Yep. Because again, those are her triggers. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, she has very defined triggers, and they are almost all family related.
Yeah. Because of course, you know, if you have this kind of personality, you're not gonna just tell off your dad.
No.
He's your dad.
She's shy and quiet.
And who knows if he's been abusive to her. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yep. But yeah, they basically go into this mode where at one point in the movie, Mr. Grey like rants at her all of the things he dislikes about her. Like you
Right.
sniffle and you play with your hair and you tap your feet on the floor.
You tap your feet,
and
you
you
take
have
your
that
shoes
damn
off.
Walkman and your feet smell and I hate it all. And she takes it. She takes every bit of abuse.
Which is to say, he watches her
Yes.
intently.
He's always looking at her.
Yeah.
He is not in his office. He is around the corner being a creepy, freaky weirdo, looking at her, trying to figure her out. But, like, he doesn't like her outfit. He tells her to start dressing up more.
Yeah.
Because you're a reflection of this office. And she starts becoming this woman.
Yeah.
Like, she changes.
Oh,
She
yeah.
starts wearing more makeup and her hair is nicer and she's wearing beautiful blouses and more fitted clothing
Yeah.
and high heels.
She looks good by the end of this.
But she blossoms like one of his flowers.
Oh, we'll get to the flowers.
So yeah, he kind of just screams at her and then she starts making typos, and what kind of sets it off is she is typing a letter and she makes a bunch of mistakes.
Yep.
And he gets up in her face and screams at her and she sniffles. And he finally there's the moment where he's walking down the hallway and leans against the wall and braces himself and has to go, I'm not going to do it. Oh, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And then he walks back and he's just like, would you come to my office, Miss Holloway? Mm-hmm. And then what do? Bend over the desk.
Palms down, elbows on the table.
Read the
bend
letter.
over and read the letter to me.
Yep. And what's he do? He spanks her.
A lot.
A lot.
Like,
And good.
That went on for an uncomfortable amount of time.
So you remember when we watched 50 Shades of Grey?
I do.
And I was talking about how he's smacking her.
Yep.
And it sounds like sad little smacks. These were not sad little smacks. These are him slapping her ass.
To be fair, I think the difference in sound is because I think the sound of the hand on clothing, on the skirt, would maybe be a more, I don't know, visceral sound than it would be as to like something on
Flesh.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's much more visceral in this movie than in 50 Shades.
Yes, it is, because they just keep doing it. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. And she, of course, the first time goes, What?
Right.
But then she doesn't stop it. She's just like, oh. And by the end, she's like moaning. Like she gets turned on by this activity.
Right. And then they have their little moment where he gets behind her and puts his hands down by hers, and like she puts her pinky on him.
Yep, they just kind of fondle each other's pinky fingers.
That little intimate moment there.
The only time they've ever touched, basically.
Right.
Yeah. And suddenly she gets it. She's like, oh.
Well, this is what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I like. I didn't know I liked this.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of escalates from there where, you know, she realizes that he gave her the thing she's been looking for. She's been trying to do herself and she hasn't been able to do it.
Yeah.
And she dumps all her stuff in the river. So her kits are gone. She gets rid of her kits.
Yep.
Then she's shown crawling around the office with letters in her mouth.
Right, and I think this is where we reach present day, which is how we get introduced in the movie.
Yeah.
With her and the harness thing.
Yeah, so she's in the harness, she's crawling on the floor, he's bossing her around and telling her exactly what she can eat for dinner at home.
Right, which, you know,
he puts her in a saddle with a carrot in her mouth. It's just bizarre behavior.
That just went too far.
Oh,
for
you,
maybe. Its weirdness.
For you, maybe. You know, they liked it. Fine. She was into it.
Fine.
But yeah, the thing with dinner, like, she's rattling off on the phone to him, this is what we're having.
Yeah, this is what we're having.
We're having porterhouse steak and creamed potatoes and peas, and for dessert we're having ice cream. And he's like, you can have 1 scoop of potatoes with butter, 4 peas, and as much ice cream as you want. It's so specific.
And it's a little more...
It's so the routine. She likes the routine.
Yes. And I go... and we've watched 50 Shades, so I'm going to continue to compare it to that, because it's the only other thing I've ever watched that has this kind of dynamic. He does the same thing. Like, we're going to change your diet. I'm going to tell you what amounts and blah, blah, blah. And this is when you're going to eat and how you're going to eat and what you're going to eat. It doesn't go into that much detail, but it's the same kind of thing. It's domineering.
Yeah. But it's every moment of her life, even at home.
Right.
Yeah. And she's into it. She likes it.
But then, eventually, it stops.
Well, yeah, she starts making mistakes on purpose, and he's actually getting busy and ignoring her, and is like, I'm on the phone. I am working.
I need to work.
Were you paying attention to the conversation he was having on the phone?
A little bit, but yeah.
It's like a really strange, one-sided thing, where he's like, well, did you bury the lockbox before you did that? Did you crawl out the window? Was he in the house when you crawled out the window?
Yeah, there was something about an overweight child.
Yeah. Was that your brother or your cousin who did... Like, it's the strangest conversation. I love one-sided conversations in movies like this because they just are more absurd when you don't have the rest of the story.
Yeah. Okay, this is a related thing. There are a million outtakes from what is it? It's Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a scene where Will goes up to the bar to talk to the girls, and Casey Affleck is there, and he makes up some excuse to go away. Because clearly Matt Damon is there to hit on the girls.
He just needs to leave.
It doesn't matter
how.
So he just says something to as an excuse to get out of there, and the one that's in the movie is, I swallowed a bug. So that's why he leaves. But there is like a million of those outtakes of him creating all these excuses to leave. I love those.
Yeah.
I love those. And it's just no context whatsoever. It's just, hey, I'm saying a statement to get out of the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and what's that? Was this before or after the fire?
Right.
What?
Right.
Why is there a fire? Why are you burying things in the yard? What kind of a lawyer are you?
The best.
They don't actually say. They never say. Like, the letter she's reading is about, I've been interested in animal law in a long time or something.
No, it's
animal conservation.
No, it's where you captivity.
Captivity.
Animal captivity, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, and then there's, like, a scene where they go to see the guy who's the animal captivity dude, and he's feeding Maggie Gyllenhaal food out of the palm of his hand.
Right. Speaking of animals, God.
But these are funny moments, Trent. They're funny, and they're meant to be funny. I have a dark sense of humor. I find weird things funny.
I laugh too, but I don't think that's what they were trying to do.
They were. It's listed as a comedy. It is supposed to be funny. It's whether or not you find it amusing is all.
I did. I'm questioning it because I've only seen it once.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so her dad checks himself into the hospital, so he goes downhill again. And so what she does is she wants to hurt herself. So instead, she does the thing that is good for her. Instead of hurting herself, she goes to him, but she doesn't know how to ask for the things she wants.
Well, she doesn't communicate that the thing that you're doing to me is helping
helping
me not do this other thing. Mm-hmm. She's not communicating that.
No, she's not communicating anything.
No, she's not. She's just doing what it is. Like, they're not talking about this at all.
It's unspoken.
It is a completely unspoken thing. And I think that's the most frustrating thing but for the two of them.
Yes.
Because they're both getting something out of it.
They both like it.
But that's as far as it goes.
She can't get it to the next level and doesn't know how.
Right.
She can't ask for it because she's shy.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to ask for the things she needs.
Right.
Yeah. And after that, he shuts her out. He's like, it's gone too far. It's getting too weird.
You came to my house.
We're going to stop now.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
And yeah, she starts pushing him as far as she can. Like, she sends him sexy photos. She gets a photo shoot of herself.
She goes to get a boudoir
Yeah.
photo shoot, leaves it on his desk. With a flower.
Flowers.
Yeah.
And then she finally gets fed up and mails him a worm.
What?
Why not? She's just trying to egg him on.
I guess.
Like, she's like, I've been very bad.
Yeah.
Look at me mailing you worms. And that's the thing that finally does it.
Yeah, he really he kept. We never mentioned his red markers, his red pens.
Oh yeah,
to do all of his corrections.
He circles everything aggressively and sends it back to her.
Like,
and they have them all framed. Here's all of your mistakes. He framed all her bad letters and put them in the hallway.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Okay.
Why?
Why not?
That is the
it's
hallway.
It's a reminder.
Okay, I get that. But that's the hallway where all of the clients walk down.
Do you think they care that much? He literally, when he calls her into the office after he gets the worm, has a client waiting in the lobby.
I know that.
Her boyfriend comes to see her for lunch, and she is bent over his desk, hiking her skirt up.
Yes. I realize that.
This is the place she works. Who gives a flying fuck if you have bad letters framed on the wall with typos?
Oh.
Who's looking at that?
They are.
Clearly nobody is, and even if they are, they don't care.
Just the two of them are, and yeah. Why would you walk down the thing? And again, this is just me thinking out loud. Why would you walk down a hallway like that when you're going to meet a lawyer and read the things on the wall?
This is a weird lawyer's office. This is like a dude's house, basically, is what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's like a remodeled house, and he's on the bottom floor.
Sure.
That's what it looks like. There's a little kitchenette. It's very like 70s vibes, but then it's also, it's kind of mid-century modern. It's weird. It's weird.
Dark tones
everywhere. He has a red velvet library. Like, what the fuck is this place? It's sort of just him being a weirdo. If you're coming to this lawyer, you can look at the stupid letters. None of the rest of the office makes any sense. Why should this make any sense?
I get that. But if this was a real thing, you would just walk down and say, you know what?
If this were a real thing, you got a lot more problems.
This lawyer's kind of a dick.
He is kind of a dick.
He's very much a dick.
Because, he basically finally decides he can't take it anymore, calls her into his office, and she thinks, finally, yes, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get what's coming to me. I've been a bad girl. And instead of spanking her, he jerks off. And that's it.
Pull down your pantyhose and your panties.
Yep,
I'm going to stand behind you and jerk off. And I'm done with you. Goodbye.
And that's
Send in the client.
And the next time he brings her in, he fires her.
Yeah.
They have the exact same interview. And he asks her all the same questions again. But he says, I like you, Lee, but I'm not going to offer you the job. And this goes on. She fights it. She says, why? No.
And she slaps him, too.
She slaps him, and she's like, I want to know you, and I can do this, and I want to be your secretary. And he's like, no, I'm disgusting and weird, and this is very strange.
That's the shame thing.
That's the shame.
He hasn't come to terms with it either. But she has discovered, no, I want this. I like this.
I want this.
And I want it with you.
Yeah, let's do this. But he says no and just sends her away.
Yeah.
So what does she do? Like any self-respecting girl, she gets engaged to her idiot boyfriend. Yeah, and that whole thing is weird. Like when they're making out and she wants to get him to spank her,
Right.
and he's not taking a hint, even though she's aggressively putting his hand on her ass. And finally she says, okay, fine, we can do it. Like, he wants to have sex, so she's like, fine, but I get to keep all my clothes on and we're keeping the lights off. So he's completely naked, just on top of her. And that's them having sexy times.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was awkward.
Yeah, it's a weird relationship those two have.
Yep.
Frankly, it's more bizarre than the two who are spanking each other and whatever. They at least have some things in common. This dude and her, the only thing they have in common is they both had nervous breakdowns.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and they grew up together.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
But he's being pressured to get married, so I guess we're going to get married.
Well, and they come from the same place, but James Spader is from Des Moines, Betsy.
Fact. Des Moines. So yeah, they're literally getting to the place where she's got a ring. She's trying on her future mother-in-law's wedding dress.
She puts it on.
She's in it.
It's like the day of the wedding, it seems like.
I don't think it's the day of, but she's deciding to just go along with this. Sometimes people do that. I've seen other movies where this is like a thing where they decide to wear their future mother-in-law's dress because it would mean more to them than it means to the bride.
Yeah.
Even though the bride is not interested in wearing this dress.
Because I mean she's just regressing back to this put upon little
she
little
just
girl.
goes, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. I have no opinions and my opinions don't matter.
Right.
It's fine. I'll wear this dress. I'll marry this idiot. Yay.
And then I'll just be this miserable piece of trash the rest of my life.
But instead, she says, well, fuck this.
No, I'm running to this person that I'm going to profess my love to them.
Yeah. Throws down the wedding ring.
Yeah.
Or the engagement ring. Off she goes. And she tells Mr. Grey, I love you. I want to be with you. This is happening. Let's fucking do this.
And then she goes and sits in his chair.
Yeah. And he says...
The ultimate of taboos.
He says, put your hands flat on the desk, feet flat on the floor, and you stay there until I come back. Mm-hmm. And she does.
And she does.
She does it. For 3 days.
Yeah.
She doesn't eat. She doesn't sleep. She pees there.
She doesn't go to the bathroom.
She does go to the bathroom. She just doesn't leave to go to the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom. But yeah, she
She
does her
relieves
business.
herself.
She does her business right there.
Yeah. And a whole lot of people just come and see her and they're like, what are you doing? This is weird. And other people are like, you go, girl. Do the thing.
And I think this is the moment for me that I wish was different.
Okay.
I didn't like this.
Why?
Everybody trying to convince her to stop or do whatever, and they
Not
just
everybody.
have a fucking picnic there, and he allows it to happen.
He's not there. He goes out and hides behind his office, calls her fiance to see what she'll do.
Yeah, he's testing her this entire time. The whole thing is a test.
Absolutely. He won't accept it, but he wants to see how much she means it.
Yeah.
So he calls her fiance, who tries to drag her away from the desk.
If you're looking for your fiance, she's at my office.
Yeah.
And he knows who's calling him.
Right. And, instead of going with him, she knees him in the balls, grabs the chair, and sits right back down where she was.
Is this some kind of sexual thing?
Does this look like a sex thing? Like, she's just choosing to sit here. Mm-hmm. Let her sit here.
Yeah.
It's her business. Fuck you.
But you know what? The person who sat down and talked to her and said the most profound thing was her dad.
Yeah. He read her a poem
that
basically said, it's your body, kid. Do what you want.
Right.
And everyone else is just like, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
You good? Read these books about feminism. Yeah. Like, I love it.
Right.
You're stronger than me, sister.
Right.
Yeah, and the only people who really are berating her are, the woman whose dress she's wearing. You would better dry clean that and return it to me. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But like when Mr. Grey is out in the bushes watching her.
Yeah.
Like, he even calls her on the phone that is sitting there, and she tries to pick it up with her mouth.
Right.
just because he wants to see what she'll do. And he even says, I'm rather fond of you too, Lee. He doesn't even say I love you. I'm fond of you too.
It's like him rehearsing what he's going to say.
Yeah. He doesn't say it to her. He says it to himself, to her through the window.
Yeah.
And yeah, she sits there. And finally, after several days, there's like reporters and shit.
Like local reporters there did an interview with her.
Yep.
And the interview ran in the paper, and he read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he finally is convinced that, okay.
All right.
Okay, this is happening. And then it's very caring and sweet. Like he walks into the office and he gives her like a smoothie or a milkshake, something to get her going. Yeah. And then he carries her in his arms upstairs
to this room we've never been to,
where he's got like, it's more of his
plants.
His gardening stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like a green bed there and plants and plant equipment, but there's also a bathtub and there's different things. And he very delicately handles her, and he's handling her the way he does his creepy little flowers.
Yeah.
But it's loving and gentle here. He like bathes her and he, dries her off and he washes her hair.
Because she is filthy.
Yeah. She's been sitting there in her own filth for 3 days.
Yeah.
And
he caused it to happen. So if anybody's going to clean her, it's him.
Yeah, and now they love each other, and they're talking to each other, and she's asking him all these questions. She's like, I want to know about you, and
where were you born?
Where were you born, and what was your mom's name?
What was your mom's name? What was your mom like? All the things that you would do if you're dating someone.
What was the quote in your senior yearbook? What did it say under your picture? And the only one he answers is, I was born in Des Moines.
Right.
Yeah. And then they get married.
Right.
And they fuck in the woods.
They get married.
She's wearing a black dress.
Yeah, with a black veil.
She's tied to a tree. And they're having sex in the woods. And then they just have like this normal otherwise life. Like they're making the bed. And he's like, pull the sheet tight.
No,
pull it tight.
The pillows need to go in order from
this way.
From big to small this way. And like, she just fucks with it.
Yeah, she puts a bug on the bed just because
she puts a dead bug on the bed.
Yeah, she's a bad girl.
She wants to be punished.
She's a bad girl, and there's a bug. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you think about the very last shot? So they are looking at each other very lovingly.
Yeah.
He goes off to work. He drives off and waves to his little wife.
Right.
And she's sitting on the porch, and she makes direct eye contact with the camera.
Yeah.
And just kind of stares for a couple of seconds.
I haven't thought about this. What do you think?
I think it's mostly fuck you. This is my life.
Okay.
Who the fuck cares?
Okay.
That's kind of what it feels like to me. Is
to all you judgmental assholes out there.
I'm
happy.
A woman.
I'm happy here. Yeah. This is what I want.
I am a grown woman in control of my own destiny. I am a kinky little bitch.
Yeah.
And fuck you if you don't like it.
Right.
I'm happily married to a successful husband.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with it?
I won this guy. Yeah. He's mine.
That would be my interpretation of that look.
Okay.
Because there's a little bit of narration through this, so she is addressing the audience to some degree.
That was a little odd.
Yeah, there's only a couple moments of it.
It was at the beginning.
And somewhere in the middle.
When he sends her home to walk home. And he tells her, you're a grown woman. Don't let your mom take you home anymore. You walk home.
Yeah, from now on.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she blossoms. She starts this mousy little woman.
Yeah.
To this, accepting person. Like, she even tries after he gets rid of her, like, trying to date other masochists. Like, she finds ads.
Right.
Sadist-seeking masochist thing.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't like any of these guys. Like, I only like it with this dude.
Right. Like, all these other ones are actual weirdos.
Yeah, those guys. Like, there was one guy who wanted me to tie him to a grill and throw tomatoes at him. Like...
It's like, okay, but no.
Like, so those were the guys that she could meet, but they're not the guy she wants.
Right.
So she is a woman of her own, She knows what she wants, and she goes and gets it.
Yeah, and she found out before he found out what he wanted. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it took this dramatic stunt for her to, get it through his head.
Yes. But I think they have in this movie, these two have weird, freaky chemistry.
They do.
They have a weird, freaky love. I think it is a very strange movie. I 100% am telling you that. Like, if you seek this movie out, it's weird. If you can't tell by the description, it's a weird movie. But if you like weird, you'll like this movie.
Yeah.
Because at the core of it, it is about somebody accepting themselves and finding their own mental health and finding a channel for that and finding their own love and finding the love for them.
And having such thing be healthy.
Yes.
The healthy version.
There is nothing unhealthy of this
outlet.
relationship.
Exactly.
50 Shades of Grey is an unhealthy relationship.
Yes, from what we've seen.
The part we saw is fucking unhealthy.
Yes, I agree with you.
Though as it is in that movie.
Right.
Maybe it develops, but that's something else for later
she
time.
was in a bad place.
Yes.
And she got herself out of it. She just didn't know what she needed. Until she met this dude.
And got a spanking.
So all you people out there who are poo-pooing the spankings,
don't knock it till you try it. Don't knock it till you try it, guys.
Oh, Betsy, I think that's gonna have to do it.
Yeah. So I'm glad you enjoyed this in what way you enjoyed this.
Sure.
I think there is a place for this movie. I don't think this is something you're gonna turn on when mom's around.
No.
This is not something I put on all the time. I haven't watched this in many years, but I've seen it many times. And I think it's because I've been waiting to watch it with you.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we did this. I'm glad you finally saw this. Now you understand.
I do.
Why I didn't really group it in with the other trashy movies.
Yes, I'll say again, that did not belong in that list. This is a movie that you've been trying to get me to watch for a long time. For whatever reason, other than the fact that
I like it.
Hey, this is a movie that is very unique. If there's nothing else, it is a very unique movie.
It is a very unique movie.
Yeah, you're not going to see like 50 Shades in this, not two sides of the same coin. No. This is a self-discovery story. If nothing else, it just happens to be a story that you don't hear a lot.
Nope.
But to just change topics completely, let's read an email from Stephanie.
All right.
Before we get out of here. So Stephanie wrote in about The Hurt Locker, which is the last movie we covered. I do like The Hurt Locker, Children of Men, and Win a Date with Tad Hamilton.
Yay! It's awful!
Oh my God. What can I say? My interests span a wide variety. You got that right.
Yes. So do ours!
Oh my God.
Just look at what we've watched.
Oh yeah. Total. You are allowed to like bad movies.
You're allowed to like anything you like.
Yes. I just might question your sanity sometimes. Let's continue. Fun fact. My husband originally wanted to be in the Navy's bomb diffusal unit. Don't remember what it was called. I'm glad he was selected for the nuclear engineering program instead. All right. As this is spooky month, I have been watching a lot of spooky movies. A lot of people do that. They do like 31 days of movies or as
channels
many as,
do that.
as many
entire
as
networks.
Right. And a lot of people do that and they do a review of them every time. Or they try to do a different scary movie every single day, every year.
Someone I know has a friend who once tried to watch Hocus Pocus as many times as they possibly could the entire month of October.
Sake.
They had already watched it. They watched it like over 40 times, I think.
Oh my God.
It was an obscenely high number. Like 4 or 5 times a day they were watching this movie.
I love Hocus Pocus. It's one of my favorite movies from that era, from like kids movies that are, Halloween movies, quote unquote. I love the movie, but good God, man, no.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. So I'll repeat that. As this is spooky month, I've been watching a lot of spooky movies. A couple of horror comedies you may like. Little Monsters is a movie about a failed musician that chaperones his nephew's field trip when a zombie outbreak happens. Very funny.
I've heard of this one. I think.
You said.
I think it's on Amazon or something.
Yeah, you mentioned this one, Little Monsters.
Yeah.
And Spontaneous. This one is about a high school class where kids keep spontaneously combusting. Sounds like a grand old time.
I've never heard of that one.
Spontaneous. You know what? That's a unique concept for a movie. Mm-hmm. At the very least. There's been millions and millions of scary movies, all of different qualities, and that's very unique.
Listen, you can't tell me, that's why it's called spontaneous human combustion,
yeah,
that it never happens. It's definitely happened.
It's definitely happened. But why not just centralize it in a high school?
And what would happen if everybody just happened to spontaneously combust at the same time?
Or maybe like the percentage of it happening just inched up.
That's
for
right.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
Find the thing in the small town
Mars
America.
is in retrograde or some crap.
Whatever bullshit that is. But yes, thank you, Stephanie. She says, as always, you guys are great. Love, Superfan Stephanie.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. Always great to hear from you and everybody else. Betsy and I want to thank you. Thank you very much for listening all the way through this podcast and all the other podcasts you may or may not have listened to.
Go back and listen again.
Go back and listen again. Tell your friends. Go back and watch some of the movies that we've covered that you haven't maybe seen yet.
Tell us what movies you want us to cover.
Yeah, we're getting into. We've had discussions now. We're starting to get into the seasons where we're probably gonna see some more new movies.
Now that more stuff is coming out.
Now that more stuff is coming out, this is the season when things start to happen. Between Thanksgiving and New Year's is when all the Oscar stuff really starts to get pushed out before the end of the year to qualify.
Yep.
So, we're going to be watching some new movies. We're also going to do some fun stuff, some fun series. So stay tuned. We're going to do one more movie here next time. And then we're going to start another little series. I think you'll understand what we're doing. I'll leave it at that. But Betsy, until then, if you folks want to reach out to us, where should I send their emails, Betsy?
Twitter?
You could do that. All right, I won't make you go through the whole
Email us on Twitter. Skywrite us
tweet
through
us,
the email.
Tweet us at the CompuServe email address. AOL keyword.
No, we canceled that
AOL
one.
keyword. Never seen it.
Nope, that's wrong. That's been canceled.
What?
We got rid of
that.
We
paid good money for that,
we
Betsy.
We did not. That's a lie.
You told me we were going to get so popular on the AOL.
I was mistaken.
I got so many free trial discs in the mail, Betsy. We've got AOL for the rest of our lives.
Lucky me.
Yes, email us, neverseenitpod@gmail.com. Twitter is neverseenit_pod. And if you wish, you can also support us financially with money. USDs. Click the link in the podcast description. Go to the Anchor website. Use your credit card. Use your ATM card. Use your
imagination.
Your cyber money, cyber dollars.
I don't want none of that cyber currency.
Well, cash some of it in for real money.
Fine.
And give it to us that way.
Okay, fine.
Or if you don't want to support us, that's fine too. Just continue to listen and tell your friends and all that jazz.
We thank you for your support in whatever way you give it.
Yeah, even if you just want to listen to us it's still every twice a week, isn't it, Betsy?
It sure is.
Yep, we're going to continue doing that until we go crazy.
All right.
But until that happens, we're going to continue to do 2 per week. And the next one.
It'll be another movie.
Another movie is later. Oh my God, Betsy, I'm tired. Let's go.
Okay, bye.
Bye.